Hi there, you're watching the Gardens and Graveyards channel. My name is Charisma, and today we are in the backyard and we're going to do an August backyard garden tour. So I've been breaking up my garden tours by different sections of the garden just because there's so much going on in the summertime. It is a little bit windy, so I hope that the audio is coming through just fine. I'll try to avoid talking during big gusts, but we'll see how it goes. I'm gonna get the camera turned around and we'll see what's blooming and happening in the backyard on the Oregon coast in the middle of August in a zone 9A. So this is our back porch. You can see I desperately need to blow it off. I typically blow all the porches and sidewalks on Sundays, and yeah, that's tomorrow. So, and you'll be seeing this on Sunday. I'll probably be out here with my blower. All right, so the porch pots, this is pine needles. This is what living with evergreens looks like. All right, so porch pots, they're looking fantastic. The grasses are starting to get seed heads on them. Aren't they so pretty? This is like a bronze color, like it. And it's a variegated one. It's a pampas grass. It has a bronze color seed head and a variegated leaf. Really fun. We have a Cape Fuchsia. It's in bloom, looking fantastic. Dusty Miller looks good. The succulents are looking great. Bacopa is still going pretty good. And look at this Dusty Miller. It's like 24 inches tall. It's kind of crazy. What do I have in here? This is the sweet potato vine. It didn't really take off. It's not the trailing kind. It's hanging in there, but it's not really putting on any bulk either. I don't remember what this is. What else is in here? Bacopa, potato vine. Oh, okay. Weird. All right, and then we have the jellyfish hanger that we made with the clematis vine and the sparkling amethyst verbena, which is doing okay. Then we have this really fun verbena. I love it. I want to plant this verbena with yellow super petunias next year. I think that will be a really fun combination. We had some hot weather and this fried. Can't remember which one this is. The Super Bell's Blackcurrant Punch. Really sad because it was looking super good. But yeah, it's fried. I gotta take it out of there. Not used to getting really hot weather here, so the pots dried out and that's what happened. Everything else is looking pretty good. The pond is covered up right now, so it, looks a little funky when the cover's on there. But everything's growing really well, and I'm so excited to see how much growth that wisteria has put on this year. It's a slow growing Amethyst Falls American wisteria, and it's not supposed to be as aggressive as the Chinese and Japanese wisterias. So here's hoping that's true. All right, we're going to skip the moon garden. We'll see that in a video pretty soon, but everything looks good. You can see the white flowers are all in bloom and the snapdragons are in full bloom. They're just so beautiful. And I love how that garden lends a view into the backyard as well. So this is the 3 pots that we potted up in 3 separate containers. So we've got really beautiful fuchsia and impatiens and creeping Jenny. I love this combo so much. The crocosmia is in full bloom, and then you can see the super petunia midnight back there is looking pretty good. Pollinator garden is in full bloom. The oregano is absolutely gone crazy. The Autumn Joy is all in bloom. This is Autumn Joy sedum, and then we have a dark black sedum. It's also in bloom. We have some volunteer calendula that came up. So calendula and a volunteer nasturtium, which is trailing out into the garden. The dill is in bloom as well. Really fun. It's a good little pollinator garden this year. And that oregano is just so much fun. The bees are all over it all day. It's 8 o'clock at night, so the bees have gone to sleep for the night. But all day, it's just humming with activity. The osteospermum in this is looking fantastic. These little dwarf dahlias have been blooming for so long. They just keep reblooming and reblooming and reblooming. It's so awesome. Really hope I have a tag in there for them because I want more of this. I hope there's like a series or something. This is the Delata, so it's a miniature. Delata Paula. Petite and versatile for outdoor planters and indoor pots. I don't know about that, but I love this little dahlia. It's so fun. Then I had a couple of angel wing mix or poor man's orchids in here that bloomed. And this is an Escallonia. All right. This is almost the same plant. It's like the sister plant. The osteospermum needs to be deadheaded, but it's also doing pretty good. And then we've got a red begonia, and we've got this gorgeous red dianthus or carnation. It smells so good. It's so sweet. All right. Then in this raised bed, we have pumpkin and crookneck squash, summer squash. We've got basil. It's just all taken off. Eggplant, 2 eggplants. And then the sunflowers need to be deadheaded. And they're so wilty. They want so much water. We can barely keep up on how much water these things want. And then we had some volunteer nasturtiums in here as well. And they're starting to take off too. None of this is on irrigation. So it's all up to us to keep it hydrated. All of this is kind of like end of season. This is fireweed. And there's 2 different kinds of fireweed. This is the kind that the common name is fireweed. I'll put the Latin name up on the screen. But this is the one that is actually recommended for pollinators. The other one gets a bad rep for being invasive. All right, so we still have columbine here. I'm going to transplant this out into the front yard this fall. We have some cannas here that are not, I'm not seeing evidence of bloom, but maybe later in the month it will bloom. The honeysuckle bounced back really great. I've had a couple of small flowers here and there. So cutting it, you can see these are spent flowers right here. Cutting it all the way down to the base definitely took off this year's prolific blooms. But, I've got a few, and it doesn't have any bug issues that I was having last year. So that's promising. Finally, I left this one here to show you, but finally, the violas are done. They're done. Finally. When we planted this is the skeleton viola mix. We planted it the first week of October in 2022. It is the second week of August. It still has leftover blooms alive on it. And, it's just done. It's tired. And it won't be able to bounce back from this. But, so amazing. All right, this is Spencer's Little Garden. It looks fantastic. The house is looking pretty good, but it's got some definite slug damage there. We should probably check that out. This is a scented hosta, and we don't always leave the blooms on, but we left the blooms on this one. It's got a huge bloom. It's so pretty. The scent is very, very mild. All right, so this side I cut back 2 weeks ago because it was like taking over the whole sidewalk and starting to brown in the middle. It's flushed out new blooms, but you could see that it didn't, it hasn't caught back up to its sisters over here. These are snapdragons that we planted from seed this winter, and they are blooming. Isn't that so fun? I just love snapdragons so much. They're just adorable how they do that. Ah, ah. Okay. We did cut back the lamb's ear? No. Yeah, lamb's ear. We cut that back. The bloom stalks. We moved our rhubarb out so that we had room around our beautiful new addition, the Palram Canopia Hybrid Greenhouse. We just built this last week, so if you missed the videos of us building this, you can check the playlist below, Greenhouse Build, and it has every video that has to do with us building this greenhouse, and we will continue to add to the playlist because there is much to do, but the main build is done and I love it. It gives so much structure to this garden and it's beautiful. Moving down this way, we have red gladiolas in bloom, and they've been in bloom for a little while. You can see the spent blooms here, and then they keep blooming up, 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 up. Oh my gosh, they're so pretty. They're so pretty. I love how they have this like black edge and this deep, deep red. Oh my gosh, they're so beautiful. I staked a couple, but I didn't stake them all, and you can see they need to be staked. Next year, the gladiolas will be moved to the front yard. Okay, let's go over here. Keep going. The butterfly bush is in bloom. I do not know what variety this is. It was here when we moved in. It is a sterile variety. I have never, ever seen one single plant pup from this plant anywhere. We put it in our compost. We've left branches on the floor. Obviously, seeds have dropped, and we've never had a volunteer from it. So I'm confident that it is a sterile plant. Everything else in here is looking pretty good. We've got the Jack Frost Brunnera doing good, and then we have the white pincushion flowers that we planted from seed. This thing is at my eye level. This is my eye level right here. I mean, what in the world? I had no idea they got this tall because I have a blue variety that is only like 18 inches tall. And so I didn't stake them. And I keep trying to convince the butterfly bush to hold it for me. Thank you. All right. Then we have crocosmia blooming here, and we have removed the baskets and taken out all of the plants out of that container because they were toast, as well as the skeleton mix violas are finally gone from our gutters, and you can see it totally cleaned out the gutter. The roots get there. It's such a shallow container that the roots just do this, and it's just they come out. It peels out like in like 2-3 foot sections. So that's done and cleaned out. And Spencer and I have some other ideas. So we're going to be removing the gutters from the fence and doing something else, and doing something else with the gutters. This is the honeysuckle that we had planted over there. And it wasn't getting enough sun, so we moved it, and it's put on tons of new growth this year. We had one flower on it, but we haven't seen anything else. Then over there, you can see we have another butterfly bush, and it has the most gorgeous, deep, dark, purple flowers. I mean, are those not just so beautiful? And it smells like vanilla candles or something. All right, this direction, you can see how beautiful my greenhouse is from this direction. We have potatoes in here that we harvested today, and I will show you a video of that probably this week. But we got about 10 pounds of potatoes from there, so that's awesome. The strawberries are done berrying. They're not bearing fruit anymore. And we have just a few straggler raspberries left. But that raspberry patch put out so many raspberries this year. It was so incredibly wonderful. However, they also, this whole section was full of raspberry volunteers that I dug out or cut back. And I'm going to have to continue to do that for the rest of my life, I think. Here's some right here across the path. And it's going across the path. So, yeah, that's... so that's a problem with raspberries. I'm not sure. But they just keep putting out the most delicious fruits that I'm not giving it up, that's for sure. But you can see how, it's starting to die back. It's feeling the effects of late summer, and it's done more or less. So I probably have, next year we'll probably put another string up here and tie some of these bigger ones. However, they're going to go. Anyway, that I think does it for our backyard tour. So I think that's going to do it for this month's backyard garden tour. I hope that you enjoyed it, and I'm super grateful that the wind died down enough so that I can come out here and share the backyard with you. It's been a hot weekend here on the coast. It's been above 70 degrees, which is unusual for us, but it's been comfortable because there's been a breeze going the whole time, so that's really nice, and I appreciate that, Mother Nature. Anyway, I hope that you're celebrating your life, and that we will see you in the next video. Make sure you like and subscribe so you get notifications anytime I post a new video, which is almost every single day. And we will see you next time. Bye.